Hey dudes, how's it going? Welcome back to another video. In today's video we are talking about 5 unpopular Christmas opinions that I have in order of least threatening to most threatening. Go. Number 1. Advent calendars are just not that important for festivities. I never grew up with them, or I did, but not the chocolate ones or not the ones with little presents inside. I had the cardboard nativity ones, or later on the reusable numerical ones. And since I moved out, I just haven't bothered to purchase any. And I just feel a bit like every day it's a bit like, whatever, there's another number, there's a chocolate. But what does it actually add to you, really, deep down? Is it important? But I do appreciate the weekly church advent candles that we light leading up to Christmas, because they symbolise something important that I can actually apply to my attitude and my day-to-day living, and they are hope, peace, joy and love. Secondly, I love receiving Christmas cards, but if I'm going to send them, they're going to say more than just Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. For me personally, it's just a no-go to put to and then have the printed Merry Christmas and then from. No. We are putting more in that. We're being personal, specific. There's going to be at least 2 sentences about you, about stuff we've done together or stuff I appreciate about you, to make it more personal. Isn't that just so much better? Thirdly, all parts of the Christmas roast dinner are beautiful, magnificent, wonderful, but there is one that just triumphs them all, and quite obviously, I would hope, except not, because it's unpopular opinions, so maybe it's not obvious because everyone loves roast potatoes, but I am here to represent the, oh gosh, I don't know how to say that without sounding weird. I like stuffing. Stuffing is the best part. It's the best. Who's with me? Come on. Okay, here's where we get into the more juicy unpopular opinions. And I would hope this isn't too unpopular, but I think it's something that's unsaid. And that is that I think that presents from Santa should be more accessible to everyone financially. Because I think it must be hard to explain to a child why for Christmas from Santa they got some colouring pencils and why their friend down the road got an iPad. And how do you deal with that child then asking questions like, was I just more badly behaved this year? Does Santa love that person more than me? I do think parents have the right to choose what they gift their children, of course. However, I think it would be considerate of parents to label their more expensive gifts to their children as from mum and dad, and leave the more financially accessible presents as from Santa, just to give everyone a fair chance. That seems like a great solution to me. And finally, this kind of might contradict point 4, but that is that I personally will not be telling my children that Santa is real. I don't know if that's shocking or not. Now, I grew up believing that Santa was real until I was about 10, and that didn't really cause problems for me. But now that I am the grand old age of 24, I now know people my age who grew up not being taught that Santa is real, and I also know parents who currently don't teach their young children that he's real. Now, I'm not saying that teaching children about Santa is wrong. I don't think that. But as a Christian, I will be teaching my children, if I have them, that Jesus is real. So I can imagine it might be confusing for a child to eventually be told, by the way, that man I've been telling you about who you've never seen before, but you've just trusted me that they're real, he's not. Oh, but this one is. I mean, sure, some kids might just get that and grasp that, but others might find that more tricky to deal with. And also, me growing up believing in Santa, I had then kind of decided or convinced myself, or it made sense to me as a child, that if Jesus is real and so Santa, that they're best friends and they work together. But that's obviously not true. And the Bible doesn't even mention Santa, and I would hope that my kids would believe the Bible as their source of truth, and so I'd want them to trust the Bible that, well, Santa's not mentioned, so he's just not relevant or he doesn't exist. Rather than being convinced that Santa is real, seeing that Santa's not in the Bible, and then thinking, well, the Bible's wrong then, because it doesn't talk about Santa and Santa's real. But firstly, even though I will teach my kids that Santa's not real and that Jesus is, they can believe whatever they want to. And secondly, I also think that coming with teaching them that Santa's not real, you should also teach them not to spoil it for other children. So do you have any unpopular Christmas opinions? Do you agree with some of mine? Do you disagree? Have some of them just made you think and you've reconsidered stuff you used to believe? Let me know. I would love to know what you think. So comment it down below if you would like to. Also like and subscribe if you would like to, and have a Merry Christmas. Bye!